Hi guys, and welcome back to Koi Fish Johnny. That's right, I got scammed. I got had off. I let my guard down. I did something stupid. I didn't do my due diligence, and I was on Facebook, or I got recommended from a friend that watches my videos on here, who isn't part of the scam, or I definitely don't believe to be part of the scam. He recommended this group, which I'll just pop in here: Koi Carp and Pond Equipment, Peterborough and surrounding areas, and it's got 1,400 members of the group that are in there. One of these members is called Jack Smith. Well, he's not really called Jack Smith, he's called N. Beeson, but he goes by the name of Jack Smith in that group, and he's still a member of that group, despite it being reported to the administrator of that group that the guy is fraudulent and basically stealing from people that are on there and trying to deceive them all the time. I fell for the trap. So as you know, in my last episode I tried the little digital microscope and it didn't work. It was rubbish. So I was literally at the point of finding the failings with that microscope before I even published the video, and I was talking to one of the guys on there that sent me to that group, and because it was a local group, it went into my head that because they offered collection, it was just a genuine real group, so it bypassed all my security protocols in my head. Because like I say, I'm not naive. Despite this video, I'm not that stupid. I'm quite switched on. I run my own business and stuff like that, so I understand the pitfalls that are out there. And when I've gone back through it, I'm like, John, what the goddamn hell were you playing at, believing that that was a real person? For first off, this Jack Smith, aka Beeson, he only had one picture. Well, he had two pictures, one for his profile picture and one for his background, and there's nothing else on his Facebook profile other than that. That's a sure sign that someone just created it so it looks like something, and this is his profile. But by the way, the guy in the picture, it probably isn't him. It 100% isn't him, really, because I know. So this is what it looks like, this member, and he's still in that group. The administrator hasn't kicked him out, which is absolute bollocks. So if you're in that group, I'd leave it, just because scammers are welcome. So because I've been recommended and it offered a local collection, as you can see now, if I just pop the little ad up here, because it offers local collection, that also goes into your head and you think, oh, he offers local collection, so it must be real. Like, who would offer a local collection in Lincoln and it not be a genuine thing? But obviously this guy's not got his eyes on the market in Lincoln and Peterborough. He's got his market in longer distances that are willing to pay £5 extra for the postage nationwide in the UK because it looks genuine. So anyway, because I needed the microscope, because it was a microscope I wanted, the Apex Practioner, I thought, what the hell, they sold out on their own website. I'm going to order this now for 45 quid or 40 quid. Plus 5 quid for the postage. So I got in touch with him, and one red flag pops up straight away, because the guy that recommended it said, oh, I think it's sold now. But when I contacted him, he said, oh, I've still got it. So obviously he scammed someone else, and now he's scamming me. So then he says, yeah, I've still got it. So naturally I say, have you got some pictures of it? At this point I should have said, could you send me a video of the product with naming me in it, so then I can see you've actually got the item there? That would help. No, he sent some blasé picture like this, which could have been taken from anywhere. I imagine if you go on Google and you Google images for Apex Practioner, that's the bloody image that'll come back. So I went, all right, cool, 40 quid, how much for local postage? £5, right? So all seems well, we sort it out. He sends me his bank details, which I'll crop in here actually. There you can see the reason why I've put that in is because this account, if it flags up to anyone with Beeson, the name, please be aware that it's a fraudulent account. I paid it, he confirmed that payment was received, like you can see in the image. He even offered to throw in a few slides, making it seem even more genuine. So therefore, if I got any suspicions now, why would he offer me free slides post-purchase? And like, so there's some little key notes that he hits on that are subtle, that just make you think that you can't question it. My mate gets back in touch and he says, has that microscope turned up? I said, no mate, it's not yet. But that was the 4th working day. So Royal Mail can take 3 to 5 working days as a standard second-class parcel. So I'm now thinking, what's going on? But anyway, I wait until the day after and I send him a message. I say, when did you post that parcel, pal? What was the courier service you used? Because stupidly I didn't ask for a tracking number or anything like that. No reply for 5 hours. So then I'm like, God damn it, Johnny, you've fallen for this one, son. And I get that feeling of just not angry at losing 45 quid, because don't lose it, my bank gives it me back, but angry at the fact that I've been had over, and I felt fucking like, you know what I mean? Like, I just felt furious. in that particular moment, but there's nothing I can do other than just wait, really. So anyway, I spoke to my bank, and my bank closed down his account. So within my bank sorting out his account and closing his account down, he messages me on Facebook, right? And I'm talking the time it took me to walk from my office at the top of my house, down, flick on the kettle, fill the cup with coffee and pour the milk in, he'd messaged this message. So as you can see there, he's playing it cool. Well, he's making it seem like he's indirectly trying to get me to think, oh shit, I've made a mistake here. He's a real genuine guy, I've jumped the gun. And he's wanting me now to go back to my bank. He hasn't asked me, but I'm feeling that pressure on me. And I'm feeling like he's, as you can see with the conversation here, I'm feeling that pressure on me to sort of go, he's at work, this guy, he's working his ass off, like what he said in there. He's not had the time, he's posted it, I've jumped the gun. So basically what I should do now is reverse all the claims so he can open his account back up and have his money back, or have whatever's in there, instead of having his account frozen and closed. But despite this pressure that I was feeling, I put up the walls now, because now I'm like not being naive, Johnny, I'm being back into business mode, like back into being switched on to the threat of the scammers. So I'm like, yeah mate, no problem, my bank says I can give you this money back as soon as it arrives. I'm a genuine guy, and I just want, if I pay for something, I'll pay for it, I'm not going to rip anyone off. But this guy isn't genuine. So I say to him, listen mate, as soon as it arrives, I'll issue the money back. My bank says I'll give you money straight away, I can reverse it, no problem. Anyway, as soon as I started digging my heels in, as you can see from the messages, he then realised, I'm flogging a dead horse here mate, I'm swimming upstream and I ain't going to get it. So I'm still left hanging, and I'm still left thinking, am I going to get this microscope or not? Because there's part of me like, that little like 4% sort of saying, he could be a genuine guy, am I ripping this guy off, or am I pissing him about? Is he not getting his money because basically the Royal Mail have delivered slowly and it's going to arrive in the next few days? No, it's still not arrived. It's been 8 days. He's a little scammer and his account's been shut down. But anyway, I'd just like people to be very much aware to look for the signs on these horrible Facebook groups that set out. And there is some absolutely genuine, amazing people on there that do sell things, but there it is riddled full of scammers, fake profiles, because Facebook, let's face it, it ain't the hardest to set up a fake profile. People use it, insurance companies use it by creating fake profiles, the police use it, all sorts of civil service people, they use it to set up accounts so they can look into what's going on in social media world. So it ain't that hard to set up an account. You've just not got to be a dummy like me and fall for that shit straight away. Like I say, I'm just going to reel through some of the things that I should have spotted before this started. Firstly, and most massively obvious bit of bloody information, is the fact that the guy was called Jack Smith on there and his account was N. Beeson. I'm like, come on John, come on man, who can't spot that? But my system had been overridden in my head, so like I say, with this local collection being recommended, local group, all the members, I was just in naive world. Plus I was pissed off at the little microscope not working, and this was a microscope I had my eyes on. So now I've had to order a different microscope because they're sold out of Apex Practitioners on their website. So I've now got another now I've got another Amazon one, but it's a better one. It's like 100 quid and it does all the things I need it to. So that's literally arrived today, so I'm going to be using that soon. So I've been able to do a scrape on my fish, whose behaviour has changed a little bit recently. Like you can see, they're all down at the minute. There isn't any signs. In fact, let's have a wander around here. Second thing, didn't have a PayPal account. If you're selling something on Facebook, you know that most people will want to pay through PayPal because PayPal protect you. They protect, they investigate, you open up a case, and they will basically determine who was right and who was wrong. And if you build up a trend of behaviour, PayPal won't tolerate it, they'll just you off straight away. Second thing, he sent me the most generic bloody images of the microscope like this, rather than a personal video or any sort of like this is the real deal thing. Just literally got that shitty little picture that can be taken off the internet by anyone. Another thing I should have noticed is His profile only had two pictures, one for a main picture, one for a background. Very trusting, neutral, looks like a really nice guy. It's a shame to share his picture around, making him look like Jack Smith the criminal, because he isn't. He's just had his pictures robbed, this dude. So if you see him, don't jump on him. But if you see Beeson, we're coming for you, son. So basically, guys, I should have noticed them signs. I should have known better. I shouldn't have fallen for the scam. I did, but I didn't lose my money. I just lost a little bit of respect for myself in being a goddamn idiot. And I really, honestly, I'm genuinely, I know I like to have a laugh and take the mick out of myself, but I'm genuinely not a person that falls for stupid shit like this, but I've fallen for it. And it is a bit humiliating, but I know there's other people that it may get affected by this, that Beeson may actually try and contact in the future. In fact, I'll tell you what, the microscope is still up for sale on that group. The microscope is still up for sale on koi carp and pond equipment, Peterborough and surrounding areas, 1.4 thousand members. It's still for sale for 40 quid, the Apex Practioner by Jack Smith, despite this being reported to the administrator. So if anyone would like to get in touch with Jack Smith, aka Beeson, and waste some of his time, that would be absolutely fantastic. Ask him for anything, pictures of whatever you can get out of this fella, whatever time you can take to tickle his nutsack and keep him completely distracted and thinking that he's going to rake in some dollars when he's not. And also to educate this group that it isn't alright for your members to act in a certain way and try ripping people off. It's 45 quid, it's not a lot of money, but it easily could have been something a lot more expensive, because in this hobby, keeping koi isn't cheap, it's quite expensive. So trying to cut a little corner sometimes, I could have wasted a lot more money on something a lot more expensive than a 40 quid microscope. But thankfully, like I say, my bank had my back. My bank had my back in this case. They didn't have to, but they did, because obviously the guy has they've just basically smashed his account, which makes me so happy that he must be struggling now. So it tickles, honestly. I've had a beer in his name, because the money is back in my account. I've wasted a few days, I've lost self-respect, I've lost a little bit of self-respect for myself. I've been a naive bloody buffoon, but at the end of the day, I've got a bank account, you haven't, mate. Other than that, all I can say is my new microscope's arrived. On another negative, unfortunately, I have identified a fish, or one of my koi, Morrison, the black and orange one. He's got a little bit of mouth rot going round the side, which has been confirmed by my mate Jamie. Jamie at Keeping It Koi, he's like the koi doctor that I get in touch with. He knows everything. If you aren't subscribed to his channel, hop over there, guys, because he's an amazing guy. Honestly, top guy. So thank you very much. And the microscope's arrived, so I'll be able to check for the parasites that I want to check for. Other than that, all the fish are healthy. The pond clarity is just unbelievably clear at the minute. Hopefully I'll get back on track now, do a few videos on a lot more positive stuff, because like I say, pond clarity is absolutely banging. The fish are happy as Larry. And my microscope's here, and I got 45 quid that I'm going to just buy a load of beer with, and celebrate the fact of the closure of Mr. Beeson's accounts. And also, I would love you guys to go to that Facebook group, get in touch with him, try and buy his microscope. Don't pay him, just ask him as many questions as you possibly can. Bombard the little shizer. On that happy note, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it helps people switch on a little bit more than I have with this stupid episode where it's negated all my like walls of protection against the little fraudsters out there. So on that happy little note, I'll see you later, alligator. Please like the video, and please subscribe to the channel. Every subscription is super appreciated. And the comments, try not to be too harsh with me, because I know I've been naive, I know I've been stupid, and no one is going to be as cheesed off as I was for a little bit. But onwards and upwards, I've got a bank account.